YouTube. It is Taye Olawale, y'all. I'm like I said, I'm trying to get back into recording my videos. Again, I am sorry once again, I'm gonna apologize for not, being more consistent, but your girl is back. I'm getting it. Your girl is back. So, what I wanted to talk about today was, I'm actually headed to Chesapeake, but I'm see if I can get a ride down that way. But I'm going to meet one of my girlfriends and support her business or whatever. So anyway, because I'm getting ready to go try to buy some jewelry from her. This is one of her pieces here, or not her pieces, but like some of the jewelry that she sells. But anyway, I wanted to talk about how you can make money. Well, not how, but do you make money doing Uber, or how you can make money doing Uber. So what I've found, and like I said, I haven't been recording because I've been doing Uber for the past 3 months, even though I haven't really, I have recorded some videos that I'll have to go through to see which ones I'm gonna post. But what I want to say is that Uber has a rating scale, right? So, but you can't, okay, let me start over. You have your customer rating, your acceptance rating, your drop rating. What is the fourth? There's a fourth one. There's 4 of them. I can't remember the third one right now. Somebody, if you know what it is, put it in the comment section, please. But what I want to say is that unless you live in an area that your rides are really kind of like in your major cities where your rides might, and the cost of living is higher and different things like that, your acceptance rate might be a little bit better than, say, someone who lives in more of a, not that I live in a rural area, I don't live in a rural area, but Newport News, Hampton Roads area, Virginia Beach, Hampton, that we're not New York. We're not, California, Chicago. That's not us. So it gets difficult at times we're still a city and stuff like that, but it gets difficult to I don't say difficult, but I'm not gonna, my whole thing, this is what I do. I'm not gonna accept every single ride, because $4 and $5 rides, I even saw a ride for $3, y'all, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to but Uber be tripping, and I'm like, are you serious? Did y'all really expect me to take this? So my acceptance rate, let's say when I made my $2,000 a week, my acceptance rating was 47%. And that's because I wasn't accepting every ride. Like, the money has to make sense. And a lot of times Uber is not trying to make it make sense. They're just trying to make money. You know what I mean? And for me, I don't want my acceptance rate to be too low. I try to keep it at least 50%. That's like my goal. Yeah, it's not the 85% that they want it to be. And even my drop rating was at like 4% and below, but I have dropped some rides, so it's like at a 10% right now. And I'm trying to get it back down, because really you don't really need to be, dropping rides. I mean, as much as you can help it. The only rating that might be low, or should be low, I don't say should be, but might be low, if anything, if any rating is going to be low, might be your acceptance rate. And my whole thing is, if I accept every single ride, I'm not going to make money. I'm not going to make money at all. And it's either you have to choose, at least where I'm at, where I live, what I'm doing. It might be different for you, but doing Uber where I live, I can't accept every single ride, because if I do, I'm not going to make any money. If I'm accepting $4 ride here, $7 ride here, and it's taking me 30 minutes to get to, to pick up the person, drop them off, and I made like $10 an hour that hour, like, no, I'm not doing that. So So you really have to just be strategic about how you're going to accept your rides and what rides you're going to take, when you're going to drive. And one thing that I've been doing this week is I actually been getting up earlier just to try my luck to see, because I say I'm not a morning person, but I'm trying to be more of a morning person. So what I've been doing like a little experiment. So I've gotten up at like 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll drive till around like 11-12 o'clock. And I found that what my area starts to get popping around about 6:30, 7 o'clock. But I try to go across the water to like Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach area. That's where a lot of the rides will start happening. Although this morning I did my first ride that I got pinged for was a $34 ride from Newport News to Norfolk. That took me like an hour and 15 minutes. Well, probably an hour. But I ended up getting paid $40 for that ride because we were stuck in traffic. So I still made $40 that hour. You know what I mean? So
what?
Because the first time I did wake up at like 5 was like on Labor Day. And I don't know what I was thinking. But it was like dead. And I was like, man, this is some bullshit. Like this, I don't know why people getting up in the morning. Then I was like, it is Labor Day. So I ended up like going home, and I tried it again this week. So the past 2 days I've been getting up around 5-6 o'clock, and it's been pretty good. So what I'm trying to do, and that's the thing, you kind of have to just play around with your schedule, know your area, know when this area of the city or wherever is popping. Like I drive anywhere from Williamsburg, which is like north of Newport News. I don't really go to Gloucester, but that's like north of Newport News or north of Yorktown. I kind of drive that perimeter. I don't do too many rides in Williamsburg because it's like 30 minutes away from Newport News, and a lot of times the rides don't be worth it. But I'll drive anywhere from Williamsburg, Newport News, Yorktown, all the way across the water. Hampton, all the way across the water to Norfolk, Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake. I'll drive anywhere in that, perimeter. And I noticed like on most of them, the good more quality rides are going to be across the water in Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, those areas. Especially on the weekends and especially at night, and apparently in the mornings too. So my goal is to basically when I get up to do Uber each day, I'm basically headed across the water, because that's where I'm going to receive most of my good rides or whatever. Y'all, this semi is like honking behind me, and I don't even understand why, because they shouldn't even be in this lane. And they trying to speed. But people out here, y'all, Virginia drivers, I don't know what it is about Virginia drivers, but they are some, and maybe everybody says this about anywhere that they live, I don't know, but Virginia drivers are terrible. They are terrible drivers. And I'm not from Virginia, so I'm not going to call myself a Virginia driver. I just drive in Virginia. If that makes sense. But my whole thing is to like let you guys know that in order to make money doing Uber, you're going to have to be strategic. You're going to have to learn your area, know the times hopefully I'm not rambling too much. But you just have to think. Yes, money can be made, but you might have to, like I said in a previous video, you might have to drive out to, like I said in a previous video, you might have to drive out to another city, another area, and I don't mind doing that, but you got to figure out what you're willing to do. You know what I mean? I have a car that that is reliable, that I can go, you know, further distances or longer distances, or drive, you know, just more than somebody else might be able to. So, you know, you have to look at, you know, is your car going to be able to help you make the money that you are looking to make doing Uber? You know, you have to be realistic about your goals and your situation. But yes, my whole thing is just to jump on here and just to tell you to be strategic. You know, the seasons change, time change, and you have to just kind of, you know, you have to think about that. You have to be on it and think about how that is. You can't just, you know, get out here and expect every single day or every single time of year to be the same, because it's not. And you kind of have to go with the flow of things and see how things might change. And that, like I said, it all comes with learning your area, learning you know, your city. You know what I mean? When I made my $2,000, I made it within like 3 months of doing Uber, and I was still learning. But see, the thing is, I was determined. You know what I mean? You have to set your goal and be determined to reach it. Be disciplined enough to reach it. You know, to learn what you need to do to get where you want to be. You know what I mean? So yeah, my whole thing is be strategic. Don't accept every ride. Don't worry about your acceptance rate. I mean, if you want your acceptance rate to be, you know, 85 or whatever, and 85 and higher, then you might not be making that much money. I'm just gonna be real with you. You just might not be making that much money, depending on where you're at. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, that's what I wanted to say. Be strategic, be determined, learn your area, and have your goals. Set your goal. Like right now, my goal is not to make $2,000 a week. It's to make anywhere between like $1,500 to $1,750 a week. And I don't plan on doing this like next year. Like December is what I'm looking at to be like the last time, but like, you know, ending doing Uber, because I want to move on to doing other things. So yeah, so stay tuned with that. Like I said, my channel is about my entrepreneurial journey and goals, and just me expressing, you know, to y'all and sharing with y'all my journey and what I'm doing and giving advice, and, you know, helping you out. You know, you might be on an entrepreneurial journey too. It changes. Entrepreneurs, we change. We do different things. We find other opportunities, better opportunities. That's what we do. That's what entrepreneurs do. We get those multiple streams of income. So if you're feeling like you're all over the place, it's okay, because sometimes I still feel like I'm all over the place, but I know I have a vision. I know what I want my end goal to be. So don't worry about what your family or friends might be saying and stuff like that. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, you will be all over the place, or you'll at least feel like you're all over the place. But as long as you have a goal, you know what you're doing. And a lot of times you don't tell everybody what you're doing. And that was one of, you know, my biggest mistakes, was, you know, just talking to different people about what I'm doing and expecting them to understand or be supportive when they don't have that same entrepreneurial mindset. Their brain is just not set up like that for whatever reason, and that's okay. But I had to know who I could talk to about things and who I couldn't. And some things just keep to yourself. There's nothing wrong with keeping things to yourself, you know. And when people ask you what you're doing, you know, you don't have to say, you know, just, hey, I'm working. You know, whatever you don't have to be just super detailed about your plans, what you're doing. You know, you don't. You know, keep it to yourself, because sometimes we're still figuring it out, and then somebody wants to know what you're doing, but how can you, like, you know what you're doing, but you're in the process of figuring it out, sort of thing. You know what I mean? So it might be hard to explain, even though you know what you're doing or what your goal is. It might be hard to try to explain it to somebody, and then people might be like, well, okay, you don't know what you're doing, and that could be discouraging. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't always have to share your goals, your plans, your things with everybody. Maybe just keep some stuff to yourself. Maybe you can share it with one or two people. But you have in your mind your goal, what you want to do, what you're trying to do in life. And I wasn't trying to make this a motivational anything like that, but I feel like that, like I wasn't trying to necessarily make this a, you know, motivational video or anything, but, you know, apparently what I'm saying needs to be heard by somebody, and maybe I'm saying it for myself too. So yeah, guys, just stay on your grind and do what you gotta do. Okay. All right, y'all. Thanks again for your support. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I have more videos of things that has happened to me over the past 3 months coming your way. And I shall talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.